We have issue. What's been nothing to it? 70 different dresses, 200 shoes, and I have nothing because God forbid to wear the same item twice. Beautiful. So we know how many games we buy to our children that they don't need it and they never use it. How many times you went into 99 stores and you buy 700 items that 699 you don't need? You just use $1 and you just bought. So buying is not necessary that you need. Gift is 100% or 97% that you don't need. Most of the gifts that we get, we don't need. But when you borrow something, if you don't need it, you will never embarrass yourself to go to borrow it. If I'm already come to ask you to borrow 5,000, I need this money. Because if not, I will never ask you. Amen? If I already come to borrow, beautiful. Come David HaMelech and said, God, please God, I want to ask. Ask is not only ask. Ask in Hebrew meaning I want to borrow. Because borrow meaning something that I cannot sleep at night without knowing the answer. And the night of the Seder, we come to teach. When your child asking you questions, do not ever dismiss it. Because this is the only thing that your child will remember. A child doesn't remember what he's doing. He also doesn't remember what you teach him. But you know what a child remember? When a person comes to Shiur Torah, 90% of the Shiur you're not going to remember. And even if you're going to come yourself to study the Torah, you're going to have a better memory, but not so good. You know when you remember for years? When you had the questions in that Shiur, and the rabbi gave you answer. Wow! This question that bothered you, and you came and you told the questions, in the night of the Seder, the whole night is questions and answer. Why? We're waking the child to ask. Because if you ask, meaning it bothers you, meaning you need it. You need to know the answer. It was one of the rabbis, the greatest rabbi, Rabbi Akiva Iger, same rabbi, one of the greatest Litvish rabbis. He came into yeshiva, I believe it was in Berlin, and he said, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you a question, and anyone that will know the answer will get my daughter. Wow. Gedol Ador is coming into the room, and the whole yeshiva is standing, and one of Gedolei Israel at that time, and the Litvish world is asking the questions. And he said, the payment of the questions is my daughter. Why? The whole yeshiva was silent. Now, this rabbi asked questions. His questions is not our questions. Deep, strong. For 3 days he's waiting, nobody have answer. 3 days later he said, listen, I came here, I'm going to the next yeshiva. My daughter will not have a son-in-law yet. Because all of them, none of them. Okay, on the way, when he's driving, he see one young guy, he's running from the yeshiva. Rabbi! The rabbi stopped. He said, what do you want? You have the answer? He said, no. He said, why are you running after me 25 minutes? He said, Rabbi, I don't care about your daughter. 3 nights I'm not sleeping. Give me the answer. You know what the rabbi said? You are my son. You are. If that question bother you, you see what questions are? When a child asks you questions, when your client asks you questions, be focused. Don't ever underestimate questions. Because questions is the best way to inquire anything in life. Not a gift and not to buy. To ask. Beautiful, right? If this is so, I'm going to ask you questions. מה נשתנה הלילה הזה מכל הלילות? מה נשתנה? What's the question? What's the question? Everybody asks a question. I don't know, Kodara. I did what my father did. He asked the questions, and I'm asking. I don't know what the question. I know that we have to ask questions. And now you explain that question is important, so I'm going to ask questions. Michael, what's the question? You know what's the question? Before I'm going to tell you what's the question, I'm going to teach you something about salt. We spoke about that. The topic of tonight is salt. Ladies, I'm giving 4 ladies here the opportunity to tell me why salt is good. What is the 4 benefits of salt? Okay, first of all, one answer. Only one. Musif tam. Salt add taste to life. You have, especially Israeli salad, no salt. Or French fries, no salt. Even shawarma, no salt. It's dead. You put salt. Dr. Polat, you put salt. The shawarma tastes good. America, right? So salt, taste, adding taste. Second thing that salt is important for what? For what salt is good? Ladies, I'm giving you the opportunity. Meaning?
Like you can gargle with salt water.
No, but for the food.
Oh, for food?
Oh, yes, for food. What's the benefits of salt for food? Preserve. The old age, before the freezer, how did they keep food? They used to put salt around it. You can keep meat for days. Salt, preserve, keep the food healthy and fresh. Beautiful, right? Number 3. Rabbanit also can answer? Okay. The Rabbanit is telling.
Take the liquid out.
Yeah?
Take the liquid.
Oh, nice. Salt, take liquid out. Meaning,
I'm a lot in the kitchen, that's why I don't.
okay. Somebody's doing a lot of job in the kitchen. Mr. Benjaminov, you see, Baruch Hashem. Mrs. Benjaminov is watching, and he's making the steaks, kebab. Very prosperity Jew, but Baruch Hashem, he's doing the magic. I approve this message. I love it. He's true partner. You see, salt take the blood away, right? It's very important for kashrut. Number 4, anyone know number 4?
No.
Anyone know number 4? Salt make you
Thirsty.
thirsty and hungry. You know, it's like charit, open the taste. Salt make you want to eat more and more, especially drinking. You know. Do you know which item compared to salt in life?
No.
You know, suffering. Yesurim, they call it Brit Melech. Yesurim, when a person has obstacles in life, obstacle compared to salt. Obstacle, they are good in 4 different levels. First of all, obstacle give taste in life. Some men, they like to make the wife, upset wife, a little action. Israelis, we love it. Because then the house is quiet, no action. So what do we do? You know, just to make a little action. My wife's screaming, Baruch Hashem, the whole house is balagan. We have like Asher Melech, giving taste to life, right? Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Because I want to feel that I have a wife. Finally, you're talking. Good morning. 3 days you quiet like in India. Ow! Finally, you're talking. Giving taste to life. Suffering, give taste. Give meaning to life. Suddenly, you stay in focus. Suffering also take away the blood. What's the blood? Temptation. All the will, when a person is in the hospital, he's not thinking about cheating, stealing money, lying. God, please give me life. Why? Suffering take the blood. Blood is where is everything pumping in, the desires, the temptation to make averot. When a person is suffering, the blood is out. Number 3, suffering protect the human being from making averot. You know, right? Preserve human being. And last but not least, suffering make you thirsty to do Torah mitzvot. But the only problem with everything that they do, everything is good and suffering, and also in salt, as long that the salt is not too much. If they have too much salt, what exactly happens? The food is dead. There's no taste. Salt can make a person sick, not less from diabetes. Salt in the blood is not less dangerous from, some said even worse, from having sugar in the blood. So when you have too much salt, this is the question that we ask. Ma nishtana alayla ze mikol halelot. God, why this night is so dark? Because every suffering that we had in the past, every exile, Egypt was only 86 years. Between the first Bet HaMikdash to second Bet HaMikdash, how many years? 70 years. Every suffering was short. How come tonight, 2,000 years, we're still in exile? Why we have too much salt? Why we have too much suffering? The Babylons, the Greeks, Hitler, Yimach Shemo, Stalin and his friends, Yimach Shemam. Why are we still suffering? We go to Israel and you see Arabic people with weapons. And not only that they're not afraid, they're shooting to kill us. And we are afraid to go in Jerusalem. And in the same place that you go, you see Arabs, children, like this, walking like this. They're looking at you, smiling. And you're walking like this. And you're looking for the armies. God, why this night is so long? What are the questions, huh? What are the questions? Now you understand the night of the Seder. In a whole different ways. Why this night is so long? What's the answer? What's the answer? The answer is שבכל הלילה אנחנו מגבילים, הלילה הזה מגבילים שתי פעמים. You know why this night is so long? Because this night is a unique night. What's it so unique? בית המקדש השני היה בו תורה, היה בו מצוות, היה בו גמילות חסדים. And the second בית המקדש, everybody was תלמיד חכם. Everybody kept שבת, כשרות, מקווה, ציצית, ארבעת המינים. Everybody gave charity. So what's the reason that בית המקדש got destroyed? It was no peace.
No shit.
If it's no peace, that's it. You can keep everything. If it's no peace, you're missing it. How that they write it here, listen to this. I want to read it from inside, for you to see it. כי עיקר בריאת האדם היא בשביל השלום. You know why God created each one of you? That you're going to have shalom bayit. This is the purpose that you keep. Not that you're going to keep Shabbat, that this is important, very crucial. Not that you're going to give charity, important and very crucial. Not that you're going to go to the mikveh and dip in the mikveh 88 times above nature. Not that you're going to wake up in the nets. Everything is crucial, but it's not the purpose. You know what's the purpose? To be peace with your wife and your husband. When you have a fight with your wife, argument with your husband, you ruin the purpose of life. We still have fight and argument between communities, between rabbis, between Jews. This is the reason. You know how I know that? We dip in tonight. We dip in how many times? Twice. The first time we dip in, what did we dip? Karpas. You know what's mean karpas? Karpas is, kar is clothing. Pas is stripes. What striped clothing tell you about what? About who? Yosef HaTzadik. You know why we enter to the exile? Because one brother sold another brother. It was baseless hate. You know why we came out from it? Before Magid, before the Haggadah, we do kapas. To let you know, we went in to Egypt because before Shulchan Aruch, before the exile, before the redemption, before you're going out to eat, what do we do? Korech. You know what's korech? Korech meaning matzah symbolize the tzaddik. Maror symbolize the bitter Jew. You stick both of them together. When one Jew can live with another Jew together, even though that they're not at the same levels, and they can find a favor in the other ones, Shulchan Aruch, you are already on the way out. You know why this night is different between all the levels? Because this night we still argue, we still fighting. Gentlemen, ladies, I will end with this wish, this request, with this tefillah. But Almighty God עושה שלום לאומיו. הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל. The same God that doing peace always between Gabriel and Michael and Raphael and Uriel. He always make peace about between fire and water. You remember Makat Barad? It was fire and water that God made peace. The same God will make peace. And peace included even if you need to take the emet, the honesty out. I want to be honest with you. Do not be honest. Be quiet. Much better for us. My husband, I want to be honest with you, and I want to tell you where exactly you want to fix yourself. You know what God did with honesty? When God asked honesty to create this world or not, you know what honesty said? Yeah. Do not create it. Why not? Because these people that are going to be exist, they are crooked and ganavim and thief, and all day long in business they're going to steal. Do not create these people. Instead of God saying, Boshet, thank you very much for being honest with you. You know what? Venatati emet al haaretz. The Almighty God took the emet and threw it to the ground. He said, if this emet create machloket between me and the people, this is not emet, it's shekel. How many times you rebuke your husband? And you rebuke him beautiful. And he love it. He love it. And then you have to end it with something that ruins the whole rebuke. It's like you have to kill it. My husband, I believe that if you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to help me, it's going to be so nice, you know. I will appreciate it so nice. You know why I'm asking you? Because you're such a loser. You never wake up. You are walking bums. I wish I never. I think I was all there. He was all there. He's already wake up. I can see him in the morning. And what you did? Don't be honest. Don't be honest. Don't be honest. You can deliver a message in a nice way and keep it in a nice way. Because the purpose of our creation is to have peace. Especially in this moment, in these 33 days. The most dangerous 33 days in the year. 33 days that 24,000 armies passed only because lack of peace. Let's increase peace and bring Mashiach. Let us amen.